Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to the daily 10 minutes of reading. And the first book that I have chosen is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's All Small Stuff by Richard Carlson. Let's start it. I'm skipping this introduction. इसमें बस थोड़ा सा उसने प्रीफेस दिया हुआ है. यहाँ से मैं स्टार्ट करती हूँ नंबर 1 पॉइंट से. Okay. Often we allow ourselves. Number 1 point is don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Often we allow ourselves to get all worked up about things that, upon closer examination, aren't really that big a deal. We focus on little problems and concerns and blow them way out of proportion. A stranger, for example, might cut in front of us in traffic. Rather than let it go and go on with our day, we convince ourselves that we are justified in our anger. We play an imaginary confrontation in our mind. Many of us might even tell someone else about the incident later on, rather than simply let it go. Why not instead simply allow the driver to have his accident somewhere else? Try to have compassion for the person and remember how painful it is to be in such an enormous hurry. This way, we can maintain our own sense of well being and avoid taking other people's problems personally. There are many similar small stuff examples that occur in our everyday lives. Whether we had to wait in line, listen to unfair criticism, or do the lion's share of work, it pays enormous dividends if we learn not to worry about the little things. So, this is my favorite line. So many people spend so much of their energy sweating the small stuff that they completely lose touch with the magic and beauty of life. When you commit to working toward this goal, you will find that you will have far more energy to be kinder and gentler. Number two is make peace with imperfection. I have yet to meet an absolute perfectionist whose life was filled with inner peace. The need for perfection and the desire for the inner tranquility conflict with each other. Whenever we are attached to having something a certain way better than it already is, we are almost by definition engaged in a losing battle rather than being content and grateful for what we have. We are focused on what's wrong with something and our need to fix it. When we are zeroed in on what's wrong, it implies that we are dissatisfied, discontent. Whether it is related to ourselves, a disorganized closet, a scratch on the car, an imperfect accomplishment, a few pounds we would like to lose, or someone else's imperfections. The way someone looks, behaves, or lives their life, the very act of focusing on imperfection pulls us away from our goal of being kind and gentle. This is a very uh, point to ponder in this very point. Okay, the very act of focusing on imperfection pulls us away from our goal of being kind and gentle. This strategy has nothing to do with ceasing to do your very best, but with being overly attached and focus on what's wrong with life. It's about realizing that while there is always a better way to do something, it doesn't mean that you can't enjoy and appreciate the way things already are. The solution here is to catch yourself when you fall into your habit of insisting that things should be the other way they are. Gently remind yourself that it is okay the way it is right now. In the absence of your judgment, everything would be fine. As you begin to eliminate your need for perfection in all areas of your life, you will begin to discover the perfection in life itself. Number third point is let go of the idea that gentle, relaxed people can't be super achievers. Number 3 point is let go of the idea that gentle, relaxed people can't be super achievers. One of the major reasons so many of us remain hurried, frightened, and competitive and continue to live life as if we are one giant emergency is our fear that if we were to become more peaceful and loving, we would suddenly stop achieving our goals. We would become lazy and apathetic. You can put this fear to rest and realizing that the opposite is actually true. Fearful, frantic thinking takes an enormous amount of energy and drains the creativity and motivation from our lives. Drains the creativity and motivation from our lives. When you are fearful or frantic, you literally immobilize yourself from the greatest potential, not to mention your enjoyment. Any success that you do have is despite you fear, not because of it. I have had the good fortune to surround myself with some very relaxed, peaceful, and loving people. Some of these people are best selling authors, loving parents, counselors, computer experts, and chief executive officers. All of them are fulfilled in what they do and are very proficient at their given skills. I have learned the important lesson: when you have what you want, that is inner peace, you are less distracted by your wants, needs, desires, and concerns. It is thus easier to concentrate, focus, achieve your goals, and to give it back to others. So, guys, that is it for today. We'll continue it in the next video, inshallah. See you. See you then. Okay, take care.